Hello, Leo. I'm so grateful you've arrived. Take a breath, settle your heart, and come into this moment with me. Today is June 28th, 2025, and what you are walking into is not just another day. It's a turning point written in the quiet pages of your soul's journey. This is your daily horoscope, delivered through the sacred current of the stars. And if you're here, it's because your spirit is ready to listen in a deeper way. You see, Leo, you're not merely standing at the edge of transformation. You are the transformation. The shift isn't coming from outside of you. It's rising up from within. Right now, the universe is not asking for more hustle, more grinding, or more effort to prove your worth. It's asking for something far more profound: stillness, precision, focus. There's a power that's been glowing inside of you, but this moment invites you to direct that power with care. Not force. This isn't about pushing harder. It's about becoming sharper in your awareness. The truth is, wherever your energy flows, life begins to bloom. If you scatter it, chasing what's already past or trying to fix the unfixable, you'll only feel more fragmented. But when you choose to be present, right here, in the now, and place your attention with intention, that's where your light begins to move mountains. So today, we start by honoring that truth. This is not a race. It's a return to your center, to your knowing, to the part of you that remembers why you came here in the first place. Let's walk through this day together. Not to predict it, not to feel it, to meet it, and to respond with the grace of someone who finally sees their own reflection in the stars. And now, dear Leo, let's speak softly but clearly about money, not as a measure of your worth, but as a mirror of your energy. Today, the current of your financial life is beginning to shift in ways you may not yet fully see, but can certainly begin to feel. There's something unexpected stirring just beneath the surface, an opportunity that doesn't follow the usual path, perhaps a surprising offer, a quiet investor, or a chance encounter that opens a new door. This isn't about luck in the traditional sense. It's about alignment. When your inner world begins to believe, truly believe, that you are worthy of support, flow, and abundance, the outer world starts to reflect that belief back to you. It's time to take a compassionate but honest look at how you've been relating to money. Have you been spending to soothe wounds that still ache, or withholding out of fear that there won't be enough? The universe isn't judging either choice. It's simply showing you the consequences. Because money, like any energy, responds to intention. If you hold it with gratitude and purpose, it grows in integrity. But if you chase it out of fear or cling to it from lack, it slips through your fingers like sand. Today asks you to pause, to re-examine the beliefs you've inherited or internalized about wealth, about worth, about what it means to be supported. The transformation you're undergoing isn't just about your bank account. It's about the kind of inner stability that magnetizes outward success. The cards have whispered numbers into your field too: 13, 24, 35, 46, 57, not just as signs of potential fortune, but as reminders that even numbers can be sacred when you pay attention. These are coordinates, perhaps, on a map only your intuition can read. Trust that what is meant for you is already finding its way. When you focus your energy not on scarcity, but on sufficiency, on enoughness, on the quiet truth that you are already supported beyond measure, that's when the door opens. That's when the universe says, yes, now you're ready. And when it comes to your work, Leo, the stars are offering a rare kind of counsel, not a push to leap forward, but an invitation to stand still long enough to see. There is a sacred difference between progress and motion, and what you are being guided into now is not the frenzy of action, but the quiet brilliance of alignment. Today is not the day to force decisions, to chase validation, or to rush ahead in fear that you'll miss your moment. The truth is, your moment is already making its way to you. All you need is presence, patience, and the wisdom to trust that what feels like a delay may actually be a divine recalibration. You are not behind. You are being placed. There is a feeling in the air today, subtle but undeniable, that eyes are on you, perhaps, from a mentor, a superior, or someone in a position to open a door, and yet, this isn't about performance. You're not being evaluated like a test. You're being witnessed in your truth, your consistency, your quiet excellence. It may feel like nothing is moving, but behind the scenes, the energy is stirring. Conversations are happening, and recognition is building. You are not invisible. You are not being overlooked. You are simply being timed with intention. The kind of opportunity that's forming is not one you hustle for. It's one you grow into, and it meets you exactly when your soul is ready to carry it. So if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, or uncertain, let that feeling be the cue to slow down, not speed up. Let it guide you inward, back to your why, back to the parts of you that don't need applause to know their worth. Every task you complete with devotion, every interaction you approach with integrity, every moment you choose calm over chaos, it all matters. Your professional path is evolving not through noise, but through frequency. And that frequency rises when you stop striving and start listening. Something greater is being shaped for you, and when it arrives, it will not require you to beg for it. It will recognize you as someone who was always meant to rise. And now, Leo, let us turn inward, toward the vessel that holds all of your power, your memory, your fire, the body. Today's message is clear, and it comes not in shouts, but in whispers. Your system, both physical and emotional, is asking, maybe even pleading, for rest, not because you are weak, but because you have carried more than most would dare to speak aloud. The world sees your strength, your radiance, your momentum, but only you truly know how much effort it takes to keep burning bright. So today, release the need to shine for others, and instead, return to your own internal flame, the one that flickers quietly behind closed eyes and long, exhaling breaths. There is a deep call for emotional purification now. This is not about avoiding your feelings. It's about honoring them, giving them safe passage through your body so they no longer weigh you down from within. Cry, if you need to, not as a sign of collapse, but as a sacred form of release. Let the pages of your journal hold what your heart no longer can. Let silence be the medicine, and let meditation become a homecoming to the parts of you that have been scattered in the chaos. You may notice that your energy feels inconsistent today, like waves that rise in sudden bursts of inspiration, only to fall into exhaustion just as quickly. This isn't dysfunction, it's recalibration. Your body is learning how to move at the pace of your soul, and that is not something you can rush. True healing, Leo, is not compartmentalized. It doesn't come from isolating symptoms or silencing discomfort. It comes from care that is complete. Your body, your mind, your spirit. They're not separate stories. They are one layered manuscript, and each chapter needs to be heard. Nourish your physical body not just with food, but with gentleness. Move it with intention, not punishment. Feed your mind with thoughts that soften you, not tighten you, and above all, tend to your spirit, not just with rituals or practices, but with presence, sometimes. The most powerful thing you can do is simply be fully, honestly, unapologetically, in your body, in your breath, in your truth. So take this day not as an obstacle, but as an offering, a sacred permission slip to pause, to exhale, to feel, and to begin again from a place of wholeness. Your glow comes not from effort, but from embodiment. And the more you honor that truth, the brighter you will burn, not with pressure, but with peace. And now, Leo, let us speak of the heart, the sacred compass that leads you not with logic, but with longing. Today, the energy of love moves through your life not as a whisper, but as a wave. There is something undeniably magnetic in your field now, something stirring just beyond the veil, and it doesn't feel fleeting or surface level. It feels ancient, familiar, as if a soul you once knew in another time is slowly making their way back into your orbit, not to complete you, but to recognize you. This is soulmate energy in its purest form, a meeting not born of need, but of divine timing. For those already in a relationship, this moment brings renewal, not dramatic declarations or grand gestures, but something softer and far more sacred, a glance that lingers longer than usual, a conversation that breaks through old defenses, a shared silence that says more than words ever could. Your connection is being given a second breath, a chance to deepen not by fixing what was broken, but by seeing each other more clearly than before. The bond is still there, and it is ready to evolve if both hearts are open to the quiet work of intimacy. But if you walk this world alone right now, do not mistake solitude for emptiness. The cards whisper that someone is watching, not in secrecy, but in stillness. They are observing you from a distance, drawn to your energy, your light, your frequency, and though they may not yet have stepped forward, a soul connection is forming behind the curtain of ordinary life. You may not even recognize it yet, but something is aligning, and when your paths cross, it will not feel like a beginning, it will feel like a return, a recognition, a knowing. This is not a time to replay the old wounds, to chase echoes of the past, or to keep bracing for disappointment. That chapter has ended. What rises now is love in its healed form, love that is mutual, intentional and safe, the kind that holds space, not possession, the kind that inspires growth, not fear, but to receive it. You must believe it. You must let go of the part of you still gripping the belief that love must hurt to be real. It doesn't. Not anymore. So open, Leo, not just your arms, but your spirit. Love is not just approaching, it's already circling you, waiting for your permission to land. Let it find you whole, ready, and no longer afraid. And now, Leo, we arrive at the heart of your roots, your family, your friendships, the souls who've been stitched into your story in ways both gentle and complex. Today's energy brings a quiet turning of the page within these bonds, not always dramatic, not always loud, but unmistakably transformative. There may be subtle shifts happening behind familiar eyes, a softening of an old tension, a surprising apology, or simply a new understanding that words were never able to bridge before. The relationships that once felt fixed in expectation are now loosening, giving space for something more honest, more human, more healing to take shape. You may find yourself standing at a threshold, center what has been and what's ready to become. Some connections will ask for reconnection, for tenderness, for time spent without agenda. Others may reveal their need to be released, not out of anger, but out of love. Because Leo, part of your growth now is learning that you are not responsible for carrying the emotional weight of everyone you love. You are allowed to choose peace over obligation. You are allowed to evolve, even if it means disappointing the roles others once expected you to play. In that truth, you become a lighthouse, not by saving anyone, but by simply standing in your truth, fully lit, fully present, and letting others find their way if and when they're ready. This is a beautiful day to reconnect, to sit across from someone you care about and share a story, a laugh, or even a memory that once felt too tender to revisit. Sometimes healing arrives not through long conversations, but through the warmth of a shared meal, the comfort of an old photo, or the silent acknowledgement that you're both still here, still trying, still growing. Let yourself be soft in these moments. Let yourself remember that love doesn't always need to be proven. Sometimes it just needs to be felt. And if someone close to you is going through their own metamorphosis, mirroring your shifts in quiet and unexpected ways, remember, your job is not to guide them with advice, but with presence. Be the steady flame in the room, not the rescuer, not the fixer, just the warmth they can return to. In this stillness, in this shared humanity, so much unspoken healing can happen. So breathe into this space today, Leo. Let the walls around your heart soften, just enough for grace to move through. Whether you are reconnecting with loved ones or choosing to walk a new path alone, know that your truth, your compassion, your presence, they matter more than you know. And so, beloved Leo, as we close this sacred space for June 28th, let this truth settle gently into your heart. You are not waiting for your life to begin. You are in it now, shaping it with every breath, every choice, every act of love and alignment. The stars have spoken not to control your path, but to remind you of the brilliance you already carry. You don't need to chase the light, for you are the light. And the more you live from that center, the more you trust your rhythm, honor your feelings, and stay loyal to your soul, the more life rises to meet you in the most unexpected, beautiful ways. Take today slowly. Walk with presence. Notice the signs. Speak your truth with warmth. Rest when you're weary. Love when you're able. And believe that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even in the silence, even in the mystery. You are being held, seen, and guided. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If this message found you at the right time, trust that it was meant to. Until we meet again beneath tomorrow's sky, keep your heart open, your spirit steady, and your fire burning quietly from within. With all my love, Luna Celestine.